Let me just say this in regards to this. Let me just use me instead of him. For me, whatever when I was going through something similar 20 years ago, what would have been repentance for me? Now you apply that, and I think this is genuine repentance. For me and for anyone in that situation, true repentance means a couple things. One, stop doing what I had to stop doing, whatever the sin was that I was involved in. That particular sin had to stop. I could not claim to be repentant and still be doing that particular sin. That was me. And I could not claim to be repentant and not want to go back to my wife, to my family. I could not claim that. That's not for me, and I don't think for anyone else. That's just not repentance. So even though I had the tears, and even though I felt somewhat remorseful and I felt bothered and I wanted to say I'm sorry and all those different things, for some people, yeah, man, listen, that was it. That's what you need. I'm here for you. Let God. No, because the one person that knew that I wasn't fully repentant was God. And so what did God have to do? I'm gonna show you that you're not repentant, but I'll get you there. I can see God saying, I'll get you there. And so for me to be truly repentant is to do what? What does it mean to? Well, I've got to turn my mind a certain way, but which also equates to my actions. And if my actions are reminiscent or resembling my mind, then I would turn back to what was the issue in the first place and turn away from that particular sin. Forgive me. But this is a good question. So, are those that get divorced unrepentant? I think those that get divorced can still be repentant, not making excuses, but I think those that are divorced can be repentant. In the midst of the process, and there's still time to fix things, and you say, I don't want to fix things. Well, why don't you want to fix things? Because I don't care. I'm pouting, I'm angry, and I don't want to hear what you got to say. No, that's not repentance. Could they follow through with that and be repentant? Sure. Could they be looking to be repentant on their own terms? I suppose it's possible because truth be told, that's all of us. Haven't we all tried to be repentant on our own terms? I love you, Lord, but doggone it, I'm mad and I'm bound and determined to do what I want to do regarding this. See, what's his name? Jonah. See Jonah. I'm bound and determined to do what I want to do. I love you, God, but I don't feel like doing this. No, sorry. I suppose you can be hard-headed and you can be there because listen, being repentant, especially against something that you don't want to do, there can be a real strong struggle. No, I'm not. No, Lord, no. Sometimes you're not saying it, but you really are saying it. God, kick rocks. Can you imagine telling God to kick rocks? Sometimes that's what you do. When you know what he wants, and I'm sorry, I'm going the other way. I'm buying me a ticket. I'm going that way. God, I'll holler at you later. God, I'll deal with you later. Or to be more apropos, God, I guess you'll deal with me later. And I'm gonna have to suffer the consequence. And when I suffer the consequences, I just trust and believe that because you love me, Lord, that you'll be merciful. Okay, well, where was that being merciful talk when God was trying to get you to be obedient? Did that sound weird when to say God kick rocks? But that's what we do sometimes. We tell God beat it. I'm not trying to hear you, Lord. I'm not feeling you, God. I'm mad. Okay, all right. And so God is, those parents do something with their mouth and all right. I got something for you then. God always has something for you. You can't be repentant at the time while you're saying I'm going opposite of what you want. What that does not mean that necessarily means you are not repentant at the time. Now, does it mean that you are an unrepentant person? Well, we'll find out. So sometimes being repentant means it's a process. So sometimes God is going to force you to be repentant. And there's a process. I'm going to dig this out, and I'm going to dig this out, and I'm going to dig this out. And he ain't always digging it out at one time. He's taking his time. and he's getting you to learn some stuff. He's causing you to be not just repentant now, but I want you to have a repentant heart, even going into the future. I want you to be repentant next year and the year after. So when the next thing comes up, two things you remember: my love and my discipline. You'll remember. Your Honor, I forgot. You'll remember next year. I remember how you brought me through. I remember the struggle. I remember the pain. Do you know what can make you brush your teeth real good? Do you know what can make you floss real good? You go to the dentist, and the dentist seems like he got the biggest hands in the planet, and he's all over your mouth, and he's over here, and here you think, why can't you get this all at once? It's gonna take some time, and you just, because sometimes that medicine don't always work like it's supposed to. You can feel the pressure, like, hey, what's happening here? And it makes, you know what, I don't like that pain. The pain before and after that. So you know what it's gonna make you do? Doggone, I'm flossing. Some of you folks floss before you go to the dentist. They're like you're really fooling the dentist. How many of you all do that? I'm supposed to be at the dentist at 10 a.m. So let me floss real good at 9, as though that's gonna make the dentist, hey, you got the best teeth ever. No, I see the trash in your mouth. Yeah, your breath stink, your teeth are crooked, all kind of coloration there. Your gums don't look like they belong to you. Yeah, you're not fooling the dentist. You're not fooling God either. But I've got to do something to make you remember this. I want to make you repentant now, and next week, and next year, and 5 years from now, and 10 years from now, so that when something pops up again, it ain't this, but it's something else. Uh-oh, I remember that. So when homeboy shows up, or homegirl shows up, batting eyes or whatever, hey, wait a second. I remember that. Bye. Yeah, there was a time that nobody got my cell phone. Now everybody can look at my phone. I thought, listen, I told y'all before, my wife's face opens my phone. I was like, wow. I didn't care about it because she already had my password. So, because she was doing something, she wanted to look at something. I said, hold on, let me open it up for you. I said, I don't need your face. I got my own face. Yeah, but your face don't open. And then doggone it, open my phone. All right, listen. All my secrets are on that phone. She can have them. Okay. She now has the passwords to the bank accounts. I don't care. Matter of fact, I'd much rather you do that stuff. I would much rather you tell me what to eat instead of asking me what to eat. So there's some things that I fell for last time I can't fall for now. Or the pain pops up. The pain pops up. If a person is repentant, they don't have to rely on, they don't need more pain. Pain from the past or love. There's two things that's going to move you, ladies and gentlemen, the pain or the love. So I think that if you're in the midst of, let's say, going through a divorce, and you decide, I don't care, I'm okay, well then you are clearly not repentant. Now, does that mean that you are unsaved? No, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're unsaved. However, it could show that you're not saved. It could show that you're not saved. What do I mean? When I was going through, the question for me, and folks can ask a question now, but I know the question I was asking myself then: am I saved? I was posing that question: am I saved? Are you sure? How do you know, Corey? Are you saved? Well, I said this, and I've said this about other folks that are in sin, that are just not wanting to go through. And I said, I said it the other day, I pray that pain comes upon you. I pray this happens to you. Y'all thought I was joking. I was not joking. Listen, if you plan on leaving her or leaving him, I pray that the guy you get with, I pray they burp in their sleep. I pray that they have a secret odor. I pray that they have I pray they talk in their sleep, and when they're talking, they're cussing you out in their dreams. I pray it is as uncomfortable as it can get. I pray the pain comes before that happens, so that it will cause you to go back. Why? Because if God is wanting you to be his, If you are his, he's going to use that to bring you to him. If you get involved in sin and it's peaceful, if in your sin is peaceful, be worried. If you're in your sin and it's peaceful, you need to worry. Yeah, if you're leaving her for her, or you're leaving him for him, and it looks good, it's peaceful, be worried, because you ain't God's. Hebrews tells us that God chastises his children. I'm going to beat you like you stole something. So the next time you think about stealing something, yeah, that's what God does. I'm not being mean or unloving when I say I want pain to come your way. It's this pain that you want to have right now, because it's the pain that you're going to find in 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. It's going to be far worse. I'm telling you what I know. But a lot of times folks don't want to hear from your experience. Well, fine. I know how hot fire is. Fine. You don't believe me? Here, turn the stove on, stick your hand on yourself. Stick your hand on yourself. So it's a duplicitous statement to say that a person is repentant at the moment, but yet doing those things. But does that mean that the person is just generally not a repentant person, that their heart hadn't been changed? A repentant person can still be stubborn and go fight for their own sin. But because they are repentant and they're God's, God is going to discipline them. Does that make sense?